Hello again. Welcome back to the Customer Gig SaaS Growth YouTube channel. Thanks for watching and listening again. So I just wanted to today talk about integrated campaigns and how those need to be shaped very systematically, very carefully, and with as much insight as possible. What I'd like to try and do is talk about the why, the what, and the how. I'm going to split this discussion about integrated campaigns into two parts. So we'll talk about the what and the why now, and then I'll do a second video about the how. I talked about in a previous video about the planning of the business and really looking at the essence of why the business exists. That clarity around fundamental positioning, the USP of the business, putting those product market fit fundamentals into the plan, and really understanding as a business team and business leaders why the business has been founded. What's the pressing need? Why is there that need within the marketplace with target customers? Now, it sounds kind of obvious stuff, but I think in terms of competitive positioning, every SaaS category is hyper competitive. So, the barriers to entry have dropped over the years with the lower cost of technology, storage, development, the ability to go to market with an MVP and, the subsequent versions of the product. So it's very, very important that rigor is put into the, why are we here? Why do we have that competitive advantage? Then it's down to the what. What is the sector focus? What about the personas, the target personas in those target accounts? What about the buying group, the wider buying group? You've got the decision maker, the influencer, other people who are consulted regarding that purchase, other support functions like procurement, for example. The CTO, if it's a technology purchase, will also be involved, no doubt, or members of his or her team. So it's very, very important to have that understanding. And I like to spend time writing a brief because then that brief can be referred to as one truth for that particular campaign design and delivery, with the messaging, looking at the kinds of places the customer, using more of a retail or consumer expression, where they want to shop and buy, where they go for that very important information that they're seeking in the market in order to make their decision. It's very, very important also that, we talk about, I think I've touched on it. If I haven't, it's a fundamental as well, is this 80-20 rule. The fact that your top 20% of customers will likely provide 80% of the business, for one. Certainly if you're building and growing the annual recurring revenues, that top 20% is massively important to identify. Also, they may well be the leaders in their particular sector, so they'll act as a bridge to be thought leaders and opinion leaders for others in the sector to purchase your proposition in the future. So they're also vitally important. Also, the 80-20 can work in terms of if you're shaping a number of campaigns for different vertical sectors, you don't want to reinvent everything every time. So the top 20% of the messaging, the proposition, the delivery, and the choices that are made around some of the advertising copy, the kinds of documents, the content you want to develop, white papers, possibly more shorter blogs, different videos, different testimonials. Those will relate to that top 20%. So 80% may be generic as too broad a term, but in terms of shaping it and tailoring it, you don't have to do the whole thing. So you can save costs and time in that regard too. So that's really important. Also, just one thing that, without going fully into the how, what we want is to build a pipeline of qualified leads. I'm an advocate, as I think most people are, for BANT qualification. So budget, authority, need, and timing. Now, it's very, very important that that is qualified accurately. I've seen BANT qualification done very, very poorly in the past, without rigour, just really based on whether somebody's turned up to an event or whether somebody has filled in a questionnaire on a landing page about, the questions may well refer to budget, authority, need, and timing, but unless those are really qualified, the customer information is verified, then that can be misleading and actually will mean that marketing is stating that there's qualified pipeline, but if that's then passed over to sales, there will be dissatisfaction because that qualification has not been done. So that's it's very, very important that when the what of the operations and the process, that BANT information is really qualified very, very rigorously, and that's where business development, very specialized business development professionals need to be involved. I've worked with a company where a lady was a business development professional, and she was absolutely the best that I think I've ever seen, and she relished that opportunity to make contact with potential customers based on their initial inquiry, and that could be again through a lead form or an event they've attended or some other data capture. And she would rigorously find out, okay, what really are you looking for in terms of the need for the business, the budget you have, who's the approval, the decision maker of that particular purchase, and then the timing. So that BANT qualification could be really reinforced and understood. So it's very, very important that that is part of the campaign, the what campaign design. It's very, very important as well that going back to the crystal clear need to understand that kind of buying group within the target organization and the roles that people are playing, because it's not just one person, it will be a team of people. Also, something else that I found extremely useful to invest in is behavior intent data. I worked with a company called Science for some time, and they were really at the forefront of customer data across the European markets with the local language understanding. There were a number of other big players like Bombora, ZoomInfo. Also, there's another UK-based business called Cognizant who have done a lot of data aggregation and include behavior intent in their data. Behavior intent allows you to understand that 2 to 5% of your target addressable market who will be actively searching for your proposition at a given point in time. This is hugely important because if you start to try to target 100%, you'll be wasting a lot of money, a lot of time, and you really won't hit the mark. So behavior intent is a hugely important investment in that the what is the target customer, which target customers are buying or out there in the market researching your particular product. So I'll end it there. It's the first of 2 videos. I'm going to come back and do a video 7B, and we'll then look in more detail at the how. And thanks so much for listening, and look forward to talking with you soon. Thanks. And as always as well, please give me your thoughts. Comments and feedback is always really, really necessary, and positive, negative, insightful, innovative, creative. Please let me know what you think. Thank you.